In this video, I'm going to be doing what's on my desk in 2025. For starters, let's talk about the computer. This is the most important part of everything that I do. This is the MacBook Pro M2 Pro 14-inch, the 16 gigabytes of RAM model with 18 GPU cores and 12 CPU cores. I have really liked this computer. It does about 80% of what I need it to do. I sometimes have some stutters, but it's really quite reliable and it's been really fast and I can take it where I want, and it's really proven to be awesome going into college, work, school, client work. I bring this thing literally everywhere. Underneath, I have this aluminum stand by Raintree. It raises the screen up and it gives you some more space on the desk, and it also just kind of looks good. Underneath, I have all my SSD drives that are plugged in right now. I have 3 Samsung T7s, I have 2 Shields and 1 regular. I use that for all my working projects and just kind of plug it in up here. I am looking to get a dock one day, like a Thunderbolt 4 one that I can just plug in all my SSDs, because I feel like that would really help me simplify my workflow and not have all these cables plugged into the actual ports of the computer. Then I of course have my MagSafe charger. Love MagSafe. I am in college still, and I will go on campus and I won't even bring my charger around, so I only charge when I get home. But if I did have that dock, I would be able to bring my charger, which would be clutch. My headphones of choice, these are the Audio-Technica M50Xs. These are amazing. I love them. I'm gonna do a dedicated review on these. These have become my full video editing headphones that I've used at work, at school, on shoots. I have loved these headphones. Like seriously, these are incredible. So my only gripe with these headphones is this is a proprietary connector. It's like smaller than 3.5 millimeters. They do this so they can create their proprietary locking connectors, so this will never come undone. But that pisses me off because when this cable dies, I'm gonna have to pay extra for Audio-Technica to make sure they have their specific cable. However, I like the coiled cable. I like how these feel. These feel great on my head. They don't have noise cancellation, but they have like passive noise cancellation, so the pressure kind of helps, and they're over ear, which is the proper way to get headphones, especially if you're doing video work. Then moving back behind, we have a bunch of hard drives. So I have one of those 14 terabyte easy stores that I did a review on a few years ago, and then I also bought an 18 this year. Those are kind of my main archive drives. When projects are dead, I put them on there, and that's where the footage lives, or if not, just the Premiere Resolve timeline. Also have a LaCie 10 terabyte backup drive. That's USB-C, almost full, but it's a good, just solid drive. It has like a Seagate Iron Wolf Pro inside of it, so it's basically just like an enclosure for those PC fanboys out there. But I've loved it. It's been a really quite an awesome hard drive. Now let's talk about the monitor. This is the Samsung A7000 4K display. I've had this for I think about 4 years now. This has proven to be a really nice monitor. My only gripes with it is it's only 250 nits, which isn't super bright if you have like sunlight in the room. But I do a lot of my editing at night anyway, and so I don't really mind how it is turning out. It's not the most color accurate for my work, but I use my Mac screen when I'm doing color grading, and I also have personally color calibrated using like a Calibrate. So this is as good as it will get, and it is a matte screen, which I don't actually like matte displays, but overall, I've been really loving this monitor. I would love to get a studio display one day, but if I'm gonna move, I don't really wanna move with a giant studio display with me, so for the time being, this is kind of what it's looking like. I have this laptop riser from Amazon. This thing is kind of cheap, and I know I'm going to get clowned on for the comments, but because I'm moving desks all the time, and this whole setup moves with me kind of wherever I go, I have ended up just getting a laptop riser rather than getting a whole VESA mount set up, because I don't feel like unscrewing and screwing a VESA mount in. So this janky solution has been proven to be helpful. I also can fit hard drives underneath if I need to. Then right here we have this Hitachi Space Gray dock. This has 3 USB-A ports, a Ethernet port, a SD card slot, and a mini SD card slot. This has been nice because it really allows me to get all my ports plugged in. I just don't like that with how this laptop's raised, it has to be here, which is kind of ugly. So like I said earlier, I want to get a dock underneath that will solve all those problems. But it gets my 1 gigabit Ethernet in, and so it's well worth the USB-C port in my opinion. Then finally, we have the Z-Sound soundbar. I kind of just got gifted this. It's good to just like listen to music. It's nothing really that I would recommend, honestly. But it's got some good bass, and it's kind of fun to just have a way to, you know, Bluetooth to music or to plug it in. So yeah, no complaints there. Then we have the trusty keyboard that will piss people off too. I have the Magic keyboard. This is the one that does not have the numeric keypad and it has lightning. I love this keyboard, and that's kind of controversial, but it's really small, it's lightweight. I love how they feel. This can fit on any desk and I can travel with it. So I've loved having this keyboard around. I got it with that iMac that I used to use, and so I've kind of just adopted this into my workflow. And then finally, we have the most controversial of them all, the Magic Mouse. This is my preferred way to use a computer. It is superior to any other mouse I have used on the market, and I have tried so many of them. I'm gonna do a dedicated video on why I love this mouse so much, but basically, I can scroll back and forth just like a trackpad, and it's designed with ergonomics in mind. I love using this mouse. I seriously spent hours on it. I would rather use this than any other mouse on the entire planet. Underneath it, I have an Apple mouse pad. I found this with the Apple IIc from my grandparents, so this is kind of cool. Cool old Apple logo, and I'm an Apple sheep, so I love it. Then finally, we have these like really old Glimmers keypads to kind of help with carpal tunnel stuff. I work on a computer for a long amount of time, and so anything that I can do to feel any sort of relief in my wrists, I've done. So I have this underneath the mouse and under the keyboard. I know it's kind of funny because the keyboard's actually shorter than this, because I know technically it's supposed to be like this, but I've gotten used to it and I don't really mind it. And this just kind of is a nice comfy surface to rest my wrist and like my arm on when I'm doing long editing sessions or if I'm like writing scripts and essays and stuff. So if you guys have any questions about all the stuff, leave them down in the comments below. I'm going to link everything as an Amazon link down below. So yeah, feel free to leave any questions, and I will see you in the next one.